Hi. Eddie Wu is a famous YouTube math instructor who gave a TED Talk called Mathematics is the Sense You Never Knew You Had. One of the things I appreciate about Eddie is that he believes that everyone has a math brain because all of us naturally recognize patterns. But Eddie goes even further. He suggests that doing mathematics creates a new sense within us that allows us to see the world in a different way. Eddie says that we begin noticing patterns in life, patterns that appear in winding rivers, towering trees, spiral shells, and raging storms. As Eddie says, there is a mathematical reality woven into the fabric of the universe that we share with the world around us. Life changes when we become aware of those patterns, and that awareness becomes like a new dimension in our lives. And the connections inside mathematics itself are equally remarkable. For instance, we often think of algebra and geometry as completely different subjects. In algebra, we may begin with the equation y equals x squared. But then we graph the equation, and suddenly we see a parabola, the same shape traced by a golf ball flying through the air. Or we can create that same parabola geometrically by slicing a cone at an angle. Or, if x represents the side length of a square, we can think of y equals x squared as describing how the area of a square changes as its side length changes. And what fascinates me is that the graph now lets us see that change continuously. Rather than isolated squares with fixed side lengths, we now see a flowing, changing relationship. We see squares in motion. We often take graphing equations for granted, but it was a revolutionary idea. An equation was no longer just symbols on a page. It now had a shape. The mathematician Paul Lockhart captures this beautifully when he says that every algebraic equation now has a look to it. Something once abstract suddenly became visible. And this transformed mathematics in a profound way. Algebra often gives us discrete information. Plug in an x, solve for a y. But geometry introduces motion, curves, surfaces, and continuous change. For example, if we solve two equations with two unknowns algebraically, we find a solution. But if we graph both equations, the solution becomes something visual, the intersection of two curves. Yes, both perspectives matter. Together, they create a deeper understanding than either perspective by itself. And to me, this is where mathematics feels less like isolated branches and more like a living, connected tree. Algebra and geometry are not competing subjects. They are different ways of seeing the same underlying reality. And we see this in life if we compare what we learn by reading something compared to experiencing something. Reading can give me knowledge, but experience can give me understanding and perspective. Reading about love is different from loving someone. Reading about grief is different from losing someone. When knowledge and perspective come together, we begin developing what Eddie describes, a new sense of seeing reality. And seeing this new reality can transform knowledge into wisdom. So, my thought to end today is thinking about where does wisdom come from? Perhaps wisdom does not come from separating life into disconnected categories, but perhaps it comes from learning how the branches connect to the larger living whole.